Understanding fragment and its life cycle, and fragment coordinate with activity life cycle. A fragment represents a behavior or a portion of user interface in an activity. You can combine multiple fragments in a single activity to build a multi-pane UI and reuse a fragment in multiple activities. A fragment must always be embedded in an activity, and the fragment's life cycle is directly affected by the host activity's life cycle. Basic life cycle method of fragment are: onCreate. The system calls this when creating the fragment. Within this implementation, initializing essential component of fragment, that want to retain when fragment is paused or stopped, then resumed, is done. onCreateView. The system call this, when it's time for the fragment to draw its user interface for the first time. onPause. The system calls this method as the first indication that the user is leaving the fragment, though it does not always mean the fragment is being destroyed. Coordinating with the activity life cycle. The life cycle of the activity in which the fragment lives directly affects the life cycle of the fragment, such that each life cycle callback for the activity results in a similar callback for each fragment. For example, when the activity receives onPause, each fragment in the activity receives onPause. Fragments have a few extra life cycle callbacks. onAttach, called when the fragment has been associated with the activity is passed in here. onCreateView, called to create the view hierarchy associated with the fragment. onActivityCreated, called when the activity's onCreate method has returned. onDestroyView, called when the view hierarchy associated with the fragment is being removed. onDetach, called when the fragment is being disassociated from the activity.